Okay, last night was ROH's Final Battle 2010 pay-per-view. I stayed up all night watching it. I think it finished at about 4 AM and I was back up early to come back home for the Christmas holidays, and I'm really tired, to be honest, but nonetheless I'm here to give my review and my thoughts on the show. So, started off with Kenny King and Rhett Titus, the All Night Express, against a tag team I think are called the House of Truth, Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole. Now, don't know a lot about Cole and O'Reilly, but apparently O'Reilly's not the new Davey Richards, but like a younger version of Davey Richards, so that's promising. But yeah, I got to see the first minute and the last minute of this match because basically my laptop crashed by the time I turned it off and back on again. I got onto the pay-per-view, like there was only a minute left of the match, so I managed to see the ending, but I didn't see the middle. But apparently it was a really good match. King and Titus getting the win there, so but apart from that I can't really say anything about it. Colt Cabana then beat T.J. Perkins in what was a really good match, to be honest. I'd probably give it like higher 3-star, like not quite a 4-star match, but it was a really good match. I really enjoyed it. Just watching this match made me realise how much WWE just missed the boat on Colt Cabana. Just like they could have just got behind him and give him a like kind of comedy gimmick, pushed him, had him around for a good 10 years, I think. But you know, they treated him like a knobhead, sacked him. But yeah, whatever. Yeah, Cabana got the win, a decent match. And then we had the Women of Honor match: Sarah Del Rey and Serena Deeb beating Daisy Hayes and Awesome Kong, Amazing Kong. I don't know what they're calling her nowadays and what she was called before in TNA, but yeah, basically Kong. Not actually Kong, Amazing Kong, Awesome Kong, whatever Kong you want to call her. Yeah, it was a really good women's match, great tag team match. I was expecting Daisy Hayes to win for some reason. One thing I noticed about myself in when it comes to ROH shows, I'm always off the mark. I always get my predictions wrong, so that's why I don't do prediction videos. And that's why I didn't do one for this, because everything that I thought was going to happen basically went the opposite way. But yeah, I thought Hayes would get the win, but obviously they must be building up to where Del Rey will win the tag team stuff, and then when they have the final singles match one-on-one, they'll have Daisy Hayes go over. You know, wrestling goes at that, doesn't it? They've done the same thing with what I'm going to talk about later on. Anyway, Eddie Edwards then beat Sonjay Dutt. Now, this is something that really annoys me. Apparently, Eddie Edwards has lost the television title on an ROH HDNet taping, but that taping has not been aired yet, but it's already happened. So they've announced on the pay-per-view that he's lost it, and they've announced it's common knowledge that he's lost it or something like that. And it's just really annoying how, like, chronologically on the pay-per-view he should technically still have it because he's not lost it yet in terms of TV tapings, but it doesn't really matter. I'm chatting rubbish because my mind's all confused and I'm still tired. Anyway, Eddie Edwards beat Sonjay Dutt in what was quite a good match. Sonjay Dutt was really good. He wasn't the same Sonjay Dutt that we saw in TNA and we've seen in ROH before. He was like more confident, more aggressive, basically more on his game. Sonjay had a really good match. Edwards is fine as usual. That people are raving about him, saying, "Oh, he's going to be one of the future ROH World Champions." I'm not too sure if he'll ever get the world title. I think he'll move on to TNA at some point and start getting up little paychecks there, and they'll use him and misuse him and send him back to ROH, and that's when he would have missed the boat by that time, I think. Yeah, Homicide then beat Christopher Daniels in just what I was saying about Eddie Edwards. Both of these guys were making a name for themselves in ROH, went over to TNA, didn't quite happen for them. Now they're back in ROH and they've sort of both missed the boat, I personally think. Obviously both being booked as title contenders, but I don't see either of them as title contenders, and I basically just see them both as not past it, but it's time for the sort of like the younger guys, the guys who are more in their prime, whereas I think Homicide and Daniels are just past their prime. But these guys both had a great match here at Final Battle last night. Homicide and Daniels. Homicide got the win. I can't remember what the guy was called who was with Homicide, but it was really annoying, and like he was like lowered his hype one, and when he was doing certain moves he was like dancing on the outside and going crazy for it, but it just took it a bit away from me, to be honest. And then we had the Briscoes and their father beating the Kings of Wrestling and Shane Hagadorn in which was a pretty, can't really explain it, it was an alright match, to be honest. I wasn't not looking forward to this match, but when it came down to it, and they give the father too much ring time, they should have just used him as a little cameo at the end. Half a minute in the ring, beating on Shane Hagadon, and then that's it, job done. And then the Briscoes and Kings of Wrestling to carry the rest of the match. But they used him a little bit too much, in my opinion. But it was alright. Yeah, the Briscoe trio got the win. Then we had the world title match, Roderick Strong versus Davey Richards. Now I was thinking Davey Richards is finally going to get his title, and this is what I mean by before saying that I always get things wrong, because Davey did not win, Roderick Strong won, and it was a fantastic match. They went back and forth with like just fantastic array of moves both of these guys have. I'm trying to think for the life of me like a sequence of moves that they did last night, but I'm so tired I cannot remember. I apologise for that. I do remember David Richards hitting a nice sweet moonsault and getting a very close 2, and Roderick getting a very close 2 on David Richards, to the point where I thought it was supposed to have been counted 3, if you know what I mean, or like this should have kicked out a lot earlier to make it more believable that the referee hadn't, because the referee should have hit the mark for the 3rd count, but he sort of like hung back just so the kick out could happen, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it was a fantastic match. Then we had the unsanctioned match, El Generico versus Kevin Steen, a year in the making, in what was an absolutely brilliant hardcore match. El Generico got the win in the end, and now Kevin Steen has to leave Ring of Honor Wrestling, which is very interesting, because I'm really looking forward to seeing where he's going to go. Is he going to go to the WWE? Is he going to go to TNA? He's going to go to Japan. No matter where he goes, I think he's going to be amazing. If they let him talk on the mic, which obviously WWE aren't going to let him do to his full extent, but they'll let him have a certain amount of himself in his character, hopefully, if he does go to WWE. But hopefully he'll go to like Japan or something, but I don't know, he probably won't be able to put that many promos there. I don't know, I don't care where he goes, I just want to see him wrestle more, because I really do enjoy his work. And if he went to the WWE and replaced somebody like a Mark Henry, for example, in a match, then fantastic, because he's a far better worker. But yeah, overall, it was a really good show. I'm very glad that I did stay up to watch it all, even though right now I'm so tired and probably so drowsy, and this is probably going to be one of my worst videos ever, and I do apologise for that if you're watching this. But yeah, Generico and Steen, the feud's over. Overall thoughts of the show, go back top to bottom from the card. Generico and Steen, what a fantastic feud that's been like over this last year. I've not actually seen the first how they broke up until just before the pay-per-view. I watched the match, and it was just such a fantastic way to break up a tag team, wasn't it? Where Steen cuts that emotional promo, and he turns on his partner. Really fantastic. Roderick and Davey, amazing match between the two. Briscoes and Kings of Wrestling, such good chemistry, such good matches between themselves. Even with Papa Briscoe and Shane Hagadon in the match, it was still a good match. Homicide and Daniels, a fantastic match between those two. Edwards and Sonjay had a good match there. Delavere, Serena, Hayes and Kong, another good match. Cabana, TJP, another good match. Red Titus, King, O'Reilly and Cole apparently was a good match. I missed it, but yeah, top to bottom a great card. If you haven't already, please go out and seek this pay-per-view. If you can, go buy it on Go Fight Live. I don't know if it's .com.org, whatever, I can't remember. Go buy it if you can't. I'm sure there's other ways that you could come across it. Watch it, and then you might fall in love with the product. That's what I did. I just watched it on I think it was YouTube, or I downloaded a single match for the first time, and I just got hooked into it, and now watch it all the time, and now my money's going into this product, where I think your money should start going into this product. If you like wrestling, if you're a wrestling fan, give it a go. If you don't like it, you don't like it, fair enough, because it isn't for everybody, just like the WWE isn't for everybody. So give it a go, because if you do like it, then you've got that one extra thing to watch, and they've got that extra bit of money coming from you. But anyway, blathered on, I've blathered on. Tonight is the TLC pay-per-view. I won't do a predictions video, but I will do a review tomorrow, hopefully, and with that, I'm out. I'll see you then.